Okay, good afternoon all. I hope everyone is well and ready to go. So we seem to be trending up again. I mean, it was a really strong day yesterday. We had that little bit of pullback mid-afternoon, but then we had a couple of pushes and finished, well, not far off the highs. Gapped up again, and we're going up more. So it's certainly starting to recover, this market anyway. So let's see how far we get. So we've got a gap here, so I've just marked that off just in case we do come back to it so we know where we are. So Karina, good morning to you. Iona, how you doing? Exponential, how you doing? Okay. So yeah, I got an email, I think it was it late last night, early this morning. Apex 90% off just for a couple of days. It is, I think, the rest of today and tomorrow. Jan, good morning, how you doing, buddy? Or afternoon to you. So yeah, 90% off. We don't have many 90% off, so there we go. So I'm going to pick a couple up later. I try and not trade them at the same time now because I tend to mess around. It is 90% off, yeah, just today and tomorrow. Just for a couple of days. So, yeah, I try and not trade them at the same time as here. I've found I've messed up a couple of times going for larger contract sizes and then forgetting them when I move on to here. So I'm going to trade them later on. Well, I'm going to finish normal time, sort of 6 o'clock. Okay, market is open. Normal time, 6 o'clock. There is a higher low there. We got a break, 2 pushes up. So I would expect that to probably at least break here. We've got some news coming up in around about 5 minutes. Courtesy of Jan. It doesn't matter what I do now, where I'm focusing. When that news bleep, when that news alert shows up, you can't miss it. That's why I like it's nice and big. That's why I like it. So if you'd have taken that one, you're probably going to get stopped out. But I don't trade the first sort of couple of minutes. It can tend to surprise you a bit. So it may hold. It's hard to say, but that leg down after that move up, I'll be surprised if we just push up. So we may get a leg down, a couple of legs up, followed by a second leg down. So that's why I kind of never get in after a small break like that. So I'm guessing, I mean, it may hold, but there is kind of 2 legs, but it's that close to that. I'll be surprised if it doesn't. It may do. But whenever we have a fair size channel like this with such a small break, I usually hold on for a second leg down. That's interesting. There's a failure there. I wouldn't want to go short either because it's a little bit congested. But my guess is there's going to be a stop there and a stop there. So I think those are vulnerable personally. But now it's just congested. So let's see how we get on. There is 2 legs down, so it may hold. Okay, it has done. So it is 2 legs down. Got a bullish bar there, a bullish bar there. I'm surprised whenever it triggers and comes that close to this bottom. For me, I think the worst, but sometimes it does hold. But you can see there's 2 little legs down there, and there we go. So we'll see how we get on. So better day yesterday. I took a trade yesterday. I don't know. I've not had a brilliant month. It's been a slow month. I've had a few losses. But I've managed to hold it together. So far so good. It's a small break that. I do wonder whether we have something a little bit like a spike in channel. But there's also a possibility that we may go a bit sideways. It's hard to tell at the moment, but we do seem to be in recovery mode. I was going to tell you guys something now. I can't remember what it was. It will come to me. So, yeah, it is a failure, that. But when we've had a break like this, I like to sort of sit tight just in case, because you never quite know. Okay, news in 2 minutes, so just be careful. So we've got a bunch of news, actually. We've got Waller speaking. So I remember Max said a couple of weeks ago he doesn't pay too much attention, if I remember If you remember back a couple of weeks, we had a massive spike. So I don't care whether they say someone's speaking or whether it's high impact news or medium now. I just sit tight. You don't want to get caught out. If you get nothing more frustrating than getting caught in news. It only really happened to me once, I would say. Fortunately, it was on an evaluation, but if you got, a dozen accounts or something and you get the wrong direction, that 2-point stop could turn into a lot bigger. So, break, 2 pushes to a new high. So, I do wonder whether we are moving in a slightly, I don't know about that. Not sure. There's nothing we can do there just at the moment. That would be more guesswork than fact. So, break, 2 pushes up to a new low. So, news is pending. What time is it? Right in front of me. Okay, we've got a minute to the news. And then we got some PMI stuff coming up 10 minutes later, and then home sales at 3 o'clock UK time, which is at about 25 minutes. So once we get that out of the way, we can concentrate on what we're doing. Have a look. If anyone don't have that fib line similar to the one Max using the daily chart, I made it available on my homepage. Excellent. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. There we go. That one there. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. If anybody doesn't know about this, that's Jan, or Akitri as he's known to us, but his name is Jan. I think most of you know. He's got the News Guard, which I use, and various chart tools as well, but Fibonacci lines. Have a look at this. Now, it is all for free, this, but you can. He has got something on here for a donation. So he does put. I know he puts a lot of work and a lot of time into this. So have a look through that. I dare say, if you trade the same style as me, there's bound to be some things useful for you in there. I mean, I swear by that news. I don't know how many times I always used to write high impact news, but when you're focused on here, it's very easy to forget. But when you got that great big symbol flashing, you can't miss it. So have a look at that, and also this as well. It just makes
order submitted.
Just makes getting an order in really super quick. I should have done that actually with the news. Okay, we're past the original. Well, while I'm speaking anyway, but yeah, I mean, it just makes putting orders, super quick. Sometimes this thing changes on a dime, and you can trades all of a sudden pop up. So it is useful. It's much quicker than having the right click and then finding what you want and then so on. Sometimes when I right click, it doesn't pop up. So it's super quick. So what is price doing at the moment? Is this 2 legs back and then up? It's not super clear at the moment. I don't know whether it's starting to range or whether there's something. I don't think there's another channel because it's too flat on the top. So whether this thing is starting to range. I don't know, maybe it's going up at that angle. It seems a bit shallow for me. Okay, so that lag shot up. So I'm guessing Waller is speaking now. I haven't seen that lag that high for a long time, so just be careful when there's that lag. Your trades, things can freeze up. So as soon as it starts to go red, just sit tight. I'm guessing it must be Waller for it to doing that. There's all of a sudden some really strong buying. Come on, that thing shot up 30 points nearly. Yeah, and the rest. Yeah, 33 points. So I'll be careful. So that's good news. I'm assuming it must be. And we've also got some of the flash manufacturing PMI coming up in around about 7 minutes. So just keep your ears open for that. The good thing about me having this news, this news alert is you guys can hear it as well. Rhythmic just fails. Yeah, you just got to be really careful. As soon as that lag starts to show red like that, I'd stay out. I wouldn't open anything. Oh, please tell me you haven't had a big loss. I haven't seen lag like that for a long time. Now and again you'll get it, but it'll drop back down. But this is so I'd just be careful. I hope you haven't lost money, Karina. I hope you haven't. There's nothing more frustrating than things going wrong. Lag is not normal at all. It's not. No, it has died down a bit now. Sometimes it does spike up, but then it drops off. Now it's climbing back up again. This bit I get it, but then you know things are sort of settling down. But yeah, I just wouldn't. So I'll just stay out of a trade at the moment, or I wouldn't even open an order just at the moment. Just give it a couple of minutes to settle down. Lag has dropped again now, but a big push up, and then we recovered more or less most of it, to be honest with you. But I'd just give it a little bit of a few minutes just to sort of settle down. Are you all right, Karina? Are you? I hope you haven't lost any money. Rhythmic won't even get me out of trades. Are you kidding? You try to close. Rhythmic is just... Yeah, the only thing I can put it down to is it's Waller speaking. 410 lost. Are you kidding? I mean, all you can do, I think, really, is message Apex and just tell them and just keep your fingers crossed. There's nothing more frustrating than that. I literally just passed eval accounts and it reversed and took me back below the pass. There's nothing more frustrating. Yeah, I'm guessing if they were your PA accounts, you probably wouldn't be trading at the moment. But with that 90% off, I understand why people are trading evaluations at the moment. It's another trader closes trades. Yeah, just be careful at the moment. We have got some more news coming up in around about 4 minutes, so I wouldn't even open a trade at the moment. Let that other news come and go, and just sit tight. Certainly on your PA accounts anyway. There's nothing more frustrating than working hard for those and then ended up something going wrong. I won't trade until 10 minutes past. Yeah, that makes sense. I wouldn't. If you have to trade now, I would do evaluations only. I wouldn't risk your PA accounts. Oh dear, 410 lost. There's nothing more frustrating than that. It's heartbreaking, isn't it? I mean, I would certainly drop Apex an email and just see what they say. You know, it doesn't hurt to ask. But you know, if they don't help you, try not let it get to you. I mean, I'm the worst one to speak. You know, I find losses, even losing a couple of $100 seems to affect me. But you're a bit calmer than I am, Karina. So hopefully, fingers crossed, it won't affect you too much. They say don't trade the news. Well, I mean, it's just one of those things. For one, it's medium impact news. Now, up until recently, I've never even paid attention to medium impact news. And usually when these FOMC speakers speak, unless it's to do with any specific news, usually when they're speaking and they're being questioned, it doesn't usually do that. And half the time they're late anyway. But yeah, I mean, I just avoid everything now. That's why I have that. Now, I can't stress enough, if you don't use this, please download it. If you don't use this news guard, download it. Now, most of you know, but if you don't know, I'm going to show you. This is the news guard. So I'm going to go on to alarm. So fingers in your ears. There's the alarm. So if you've got your now my speakers are on, but that is a visual enough for me. Even if I'm looking at this, I can clearly see that. And I have two set, 1 5 minutes, the blue alarm, and 1 2 minutes. So I've got plenty of time and plenty of notice. So if you don't use it, I'd advise you to download it and use it, and just make sure I'll just shut it down now. Make sure it's set up every day. I have mine on this screen there. Make sure it's set up. I always have another one up here just as a backup, so I know. But as I said before, I used to write high impact news, but even here, when you're focusing on the price action, it's so easy to forget. But that visual alert, it's up again. That visual alert, you can't miss it. And if you've got your speakers on, I haven't because I'm on microphone, but if you've got your speakers on, you'll hear it as well. But you've only got to get that wrong once and it can be really costly. So if you don't have it, get on there and download it. Didn't trade the news. There's always something. Yeah, there is. You've really got to be, you've got to be super, well, I think paranoid is the word at the moment. And that ATR's up as well. So just pay attention to that. If you are thinking of trading, just be careful. That ATR's nearly 9. It had slowed down, but as soon as this volume came in and this news, so just be careful. The average bar, even one contract, you're risking $450 there. It's a lot. Let me see if there's something larger here. There could be. It's a possibility. So what I'm going to do is just kill that colour. And that as well. Push up, sideways, push up, top, top. I don't think that's that bad at the moment. So let's see if anybody else has got it. Okay, one person has. Looks the same. So I actually kind of like that. It's a bullish day again, so just keep your eyes and ears open. But yeah, just remember that news is coming up now. Well, it's now actually. So PMI didn't really do much. Now we've got the home sales coming in 15 minutes and then we're done. We can relax, hopefully, fingers crossed. So this is still slowly grinding. So I've got that channel with a break and a new high. So whether the break is there and not there, it's irrelevant now. We've clearly had a new high. We've had a pullback. We had that news come in, whatever it was. I'm guessing it would have been Waller, but you just don't know, do you? And then we had a push up. We came back and we're bouncing here and we're slowly grinding. So I'm looking for something a bit wider, and I don't mind that actually. So tried other live streams, but no issues. No lag, only lagging big time on Lance's live stream. Don't know why. None of you guys had lag, no? No, some of you did, didn't you? Yeah, surely. I don't know. Now, it does depend. Now, I have very, very quick internet, so I have my YouTube latency set to high. I believe you're a couple of seconds behind me. Now, not everybody's got as fast internet as me. Mine's super quick. So I used to have a lot slower. So at the moment, my internet speed is, I'll show you, it's super quick. So I've got nearly a gigabyte. So my internet when I started stream was around 40 megabits per second, and my upstream was about 13. So that's my down at the moment. My upstream was 13. Look at it now. It's about 40, 50 times. So I stream on ultra high latency. So I think you're a couple of seconds behind. So it's not the internet. It's Ninja. Oh, it's NinjaTrader, is it? So yeah, obviously there's volume. I mean, it happened the same time as we had that volume, so that kind of coincides with it. So things have settled anyway. That ATR is high, but after this, these bars are getting smaller now, so that ATR will come down a little bit. You didn't get any lag, but I don't use NinjaTrader. Ah, okay, gotcha. You okay, Karina? Are you? It's a bit of a kick in the teeth, isn't it? That. The software is known for being bad and laggy. Is it really? You okay, kid, are you? Losing money is frustrating, especially when it's not your fault. So that ATR now is coming down. It was up to just under 9. It's come down. These bars are a lot smaller now, but we have got some news coming up in 10 minutes. And then we're done for the day, hopefully. Fingers crossed. Yeah. Let's close the trade. It is frustrating, isn't it, when that happens? Lag on YouTube. Okay. Yeah, chin up, Karina. I know it's hard, isn't it? It's frustrating, especially when it's not your fault. You spend a lot of time and effort into growing these accounts, and when something happens that's not your fault, it's a real stinger. So there is kind of a smaller channel there slowly working up. Maybe rhythmic issues, 9% off sale. It may be, but they used to have problems like that, but then they updated rhythmic, and I don't think there's been many problems. I mean, they don't often have a 90% sale, but I can't remember it being that bad. I don't know, because I mean, they've had the 80% off for a while, so, you know, I don't know, maybe. Did you read about the insider trading again yesterday? Big players chimed tariffs news and closed meeting before Trump announced it. No, I didn't know. I don't doubt it's going on constantly. I mean, yeah, when you've got big influential people releasing news and they obviously know it before they release it, you don't know who they tell, do you? Really, it's wrong, isn't it? Really, it is wrong, isn't it? I mean, they do come down pretty hard on it, don't they? If they can find out. I do believe that these bigger institutions, when they do get into trades, have to write detailed reasons as to why they got in, and so on and so forth. So lags up again. Look at it go. Some selling coming in there. What is something's causing that, isn't it? We're not into the home sales now, unless Waller's still speaking. See how we come down to that line and bounced. Just be careful when it's like this. I'm just wondering if Waller is speaking. Is he? Does anybody know? Armanas, how you doing? I get paid on the 25th. Apex ends sale. Paid on the 25th. Apex sale ends the 24th. Yeah. You do know you can get paid any time, Armanas, don't you? Just checking. It's just the way you said you get paid on the 25th. Oh, I see what you mean. Right, I got you. Your job, you got paid from. I see what you mean. I thought you were waiting for a payment from Apex. Yeah, I know it's annoying, isn't it? Well, if you got a credit card, mate, pick up a few on a credit card. You can always pay it off when you get your wages, can't you? You know, if you don't want to miss it, of course. I'm not suggesting if you can't afford it, you go and buy some. But if you do want some, I tend to put mine on my credit card when I buy them and just pay it off at the end of the month. I do. I have a credit card with like a 1% purchase thing, so I'm just wondering whether there is something slightly more on the lines of that. I'm not too concerned with that. Leg down, sideways, leg down. That would take us down to here. I wonder if there is something like that. I'm not worried about that. That was just news based. If we've got a leg down sideways, leg and a leg, that would bring us down to this area. So I'm guessing there may be a slightly fact. I'm going to go as far as to get rid of that. Backmark marks. You never know, do you? Did I watch his video last night? I did, didn't I? Yeah. Trouble is, it comes out around about midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning in the UK, and most of the time I'm in bed then. So, okay, so 5 minutes. So leg down and leg down will bring us down to this area. Trouble is, it's always looking. It's also looking a little bit sideways, so you've got to be careful. So there is support there. So it may be 2 legs back and we continue up. Unfortunately, this news is coming out in 5 minutes, so that may interrupt trading. So leg and a leg. So I got 2 points of interest here. Touch, touch, touch here. And also a possible bit of a range. So there is going to be liquidity here and here. So it may come down. Whether it'll get below there, I don't know. But there is support here. So my guess is if it does come down, it'll probably drop, pick off these areas. But that is kind of 2 legs back, isn't it? I'll tell you what you want to do. You want to pick a day at random, look at the chart and mark the trades after the fact. So much easier. In real time, it doesn't work that way. So I'm just going to pull this back a touch. Just to fit there. So a little bounce here. I'm still not ready to get in, just in case that comes down a bit further. The other 2000 chart doesn't look terrible, but at the moment we have got some news coming up. So we've got a channel there with a break. So basically a leg and a leg down. So you would call that high or low, I suppose. So I'd expect that to get to the EMA, which it has. But I'm still not convinced we're not going to come down a bit lower here. That's why we appreciate your stream so much. Thank you, mate. I appreciate that. The data lag indicator shows delay between market data arrival and processing in NinjaTrader. Ah, does it? So, news, where are we? What time are we? 3 minutes, so I should get my little bleep. I wanted something like that for so long. I don't know how many times I've almost forgot the news is coming out, even though I've got big bold letters usually in front of me. So, we've got a leg down and a leg down. Okay, 2 minutes. We've got a push up, a little bit of sideways, so this to me looks like it might be pushing up, but I'm still not sure this is going to come down to here. So that ATR has dropped. We need it down some more though, really. It's like the trade you took yesterday down here. Yeah. So look at this. Are we getting a bit of rejection there? It's hard to say. So we've got news coming up in a minute, folks, so be careful. The only thing I'm concerned with here, we've more or less capped off there, and it kind of looks like it may be a little bit sideways. So I don't just want to trust that line just off the bat, just in case it does come down a little bit. Yeah, I won't be taking a trade here at the moment because if this is a channel, we haven't had a break of it. So I've got mixed feelings about this at the moment. It kind of looks like a range, doesn't it? I mean, there is a higher low there, but we've got this news coming up in a minute. But it's, I don't know. We have got a leg and a leg down, so it was kind of a visual second entry long. Not fantastic bars there, so okay, the news. So it looks like it's pushing up. But it also looks rangy. I mean, look at that. And that's medium impact nose for you, folks. So it just goes to show medium impact's as dangerous as high impact. We often see high impact news, which does nothing. So now all of a sudden it does look rangy. We've come close to the bottom and bounced. We've pushed above here and dropped. So this to me now looks like a range. But having said that, we've pushed below it and closed above it. We've pushed down and bounced here. But if you look at that now, 3 pushes up more or less to the same area. You can't go long here just at the moment. You just got to sit it out, sit tight. So somebody posted this 20 minutes ago. I didn't notice. China tariffs lightly coming down between 50 and 65%. So that may have had something to do with that. So that was, what time was it? He posted it at 14:40. So 39. What time did this push up? It was just a bit before there. So whether that had anything to do with that, I don't know. It'd be unusual for that to happen with a speaker, in my opinion. So it may have been because of that. We're getting more and more of this news just popping up, which is a bit unnerving, which is another reason why I don't like runners. I like to just get in and out. So if this is a channel, we got to break at a new high. So what I'm going to do is just remove this and just put in a line here, just so it's an area of interest. Thin it out a bit. So just in case, but to me, this just looks like a range. We're going up, we come down, up, down, up, down. So you can't really go long here at the moment. You okay, Karina, are you? So, I mean, it's trying to hold there, but I wouldn't trust it at the moment. We've pushed up and dropped immediately, so I wouldn't be surprised if that triggers and comes down. So looking at this 2000 tick chart, if you look here, we've had a leg down with 2 possible attempts to push higher. So there's going to be liquidity there, and there'll be liquidity here. So my guess is this could come down. So you've got to be super careful here. I wouldn't know where to go long or short. I mean, it is holding on that line, but it looks like a range to me. So I think that's vulnerable. So channel down, one attempt to push higher, second attempt to push higher. Is this fading? It looks to me like it may. I don't want to get into this. It's congested anyway. Could go up, could come down. My guess is, I wouldn't like to. I'm guessing that is vulnerable, the fact that it's triggered and come down. But it is holding on this line, so it could do either or. My guess is it's going to break below there. But price is holding, so... but just on here, channel down, 2 attempts to push higher. Okay, so if you took a short there, you got stuffed. It's just congested. You just don't know what it's going to do. 1 minute it looks like it's going to break below there. Next minute it's rocketing up. So it's just congested here. So it's just a no trade zone really at the moment. I'm still not convinced it isn't going to come down and test its bottoms. So all the news is done and dusted, thank God, because it's been whipping up and down, hasn't it? It did it there and then there a little bit and then here again. So hopefully things will settle now. Right, I still think this could come down. There's going to be a ton of liquidity there. And if this does look like a range, if it does test this, it'll pick off this, and anything here. Not interested along there. It's too tight together. It's just risky, I think. And not only that, you're trading right in the middle of this. My guess is I think it may come down. I certainly won't want to go short because it is holding. But this is choppy, which is telling me it could do anything. I mean, that ATR is still massive. I do not want to be risking 10 points. See, there is a higher low there, whatever you want to call it, but look at all this. Chop, 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 chop. Okay, so just at the moment, I'm just going to switch over to a sim and toggle off. I'm not going to mess around going down to micros. I just want to give it 5 minutes. I don't like what it's doing. I don't like that ATR. So if you took that bullish bar, trigger just stopped you out. And I get why somebody might. But this looks very much like a range to me, so I think all this is vulnerable here. And I wouldn't be surprised if this thing takes a dump and clears all this out. In push down 1, 2, 3. You know, some may even consider that a triple test. I certainly wouldn't think about taking a short because of this, but I wouldn't be surprised if it does drop. It is holding there, so I think, you know, it is holding, so I think it's got more chance of going up, but I just don't trust all this choppiness. I wouldn't be shocked if this thing absolutely tanks below all this. Hey Lucas, sorry, but I didn't see you there, mate. How you doing? I'm good, mate. I'm all right, actually. I'm okay. Surviving, I think, is the word. Yeah, I'm okay. Now it's working. You got back 300. Good girl. Good on you. Well done. That should make you feel a little bit better. Good for you. Okay, let's have a look at the 10,000 tick chart, see if that can shed some light on this. Eric takes runners after news breakouts, gets multiple tests and holds, as I recall. Interesting. Just looking at the 10,000 tick chart, we've got what may be a spike and channel. Sometimes this just clears things up. Now, what I will say is it's working along that line pretty nice. I don't know what your thoughts are, but channel up. If it does get above here, at the moment, you know, you've got to argue it's a bit choppy, but it is holding on this line, so who knows? If it can continue up, I think there is a spike in a channel there, so it kind of coincides with what I've got here. A spike up and a channel. And now I've seen that, I may even just put that there, but if you look how many times it's touched there and just put that there, but I'm just going to kill the colour, so it's not something I'm necessarily focusing on so much, just more of an area of interest. We've got a touch, a touch, a touch, more and more touches there, so I don't think that looks that bad. I'm not concerned with that. That's just news. That'll do that. That's funny, actually. Thomas Wade has just put this out. Yeah, secondary channel is pretty solid. Basically, still bullish. 10,000 EMA still holding. So, 10,000 EMA. It's on about the 10,000. Yeah, so 10,000 tick chart. That's so far it's holding here. In fact, it's running nice along that EMA, I think, which is also a good indicator. But once it gets above here, I'll settle a little bit. But it's just, I mean, up until here, it looks very much ranging. So Maybe it's trying to test this. I'm still not convinced this thing won't take a dive. You can't really trade this stuff anyway at the moment, in my opinion, because it is too choppy. It's very condensed, and it could just have a drop. There'll be liquidity there, and if this thing is going to push up much higher, a lot of times it'll do that. They'll force the market down, pick up a lot of this. So I'm just sitting tight here. Getting close to this, see, so it may just be an attempt to hit these. And look at this, all of a sudden now we're below here. Let's see if it holds. I certainly wouldn't want to go long here at the moment. 4560 liquidity. Yeah, I mean, I've been reading a lot about how price works and about markets, and so much of the time before it pushes higher, it'll drop down and pick off liquidity. With this thing running up here, you can bet there'll be liquidity here, here, here. This came down and had a big bounce. So if it comes down to this line, whether it will or not, I don't know, but when it's slowly grinding up and it's all congested, a lot of the time it'll suck in kind of trade as well. I say sucking, that's probably a strong word, but a lot of traders will get into this mess and all of a sudden down it'll drop and clear it all out, and then buyers will sort of get back in if they want this, you know, thing to push up higher. But I've seen this so many times, and the slower it works up, quicker this thing comes down. So look now, straight away, this thing's looking like it could drop. So if you had buy orders in here now, it'd be hitting your stops or you'd be killing your trades. And look at this now. There's another bit there. There's bound to be stops there. So once it starts to move down and picks up momentum, you've got sellers pushing it down. You've got stop orders being it, which is giving it more momentum. So that was my concern getting in here with all this liquidity. We know market likes to pick off liquidity. So that was my concern. And if you look at it, just at an overall quick glance at this, it's sideways, isn't it? It's more range. Mind you, if you'd have taken trades here, certainly from our point of view, picking off 1, 2, 3, 4 points, you'd have been safe. But if you'd have been trying to ride this up any higher, you'd have just got all cleaned out there. Like a cross between Armbrooks and Mac. Yeah, I've heard quite a lot of people talk about him. I think he's more prevalent on the Max forum, isn't he? So that once that goes, and possibly that as well, we may get more buyers coming in. So yeah, I never really spent much time on the forum. I don't really know why. Hey Ben, how you doing? I'm all right, mate. I'm good. So we've cleared all this liquidity out, as I thought we may do. That is holding at the moment, but we'll see. We've made a matching low there, so maybe channel. If we can get a higher low here, I may be interested in that, but I'd like to at least take that out if we can. Start. Yeah, I've heard he's a little bit of a character, isn't he? He kind of tells it like it is. I'd like to just break below there. I'm not concerned with here. I don't think it'll come down that low. Okay, we've cleared that out now. Let's see what happens. Sometimes Bookmap gives you a visual where there's buyers. Let's have a look. I'm guessing there's buyers at 55. Yeah, this thing could go a bit lower, actually.
Iceberg ESL.
There's loads of buyers appearing down here. So it may come below there.
Iceberg ESL.
Loads of buyers at 540. Well, say buyers passive orders, but as we know, price moves towards liquidity, so I wouldn't be surprised if this thing comes down lower. if it is going to push up, looks like a range as well. If we can get a higher low here, I think I'll be interested in that. Even if we stretch it to there, which is okay, we've clearly, in my opinion, had a small break.
Iceberg ESL.
So if we can get a higher low here, I don't think that's a bad trade back to that EMA because it's very rangy and we've had a little breakout which looks like it's failing.
Iceberg ES buy.
ATR has come down a bit now, so let's get my order back in there. You just check everything's working like
Order
it should.
submitted.
Yeah.
Order cancelled.
Unfortunately, we're nearly back now, so we didn't get a higher low there. I was hoping we would. We may still do, but doubtful now. I think we know where that's going, certainly to the EMA.
Iceberg ESL.
Good question. Looking, I've just moved back over. I wasn't trading a sim. It's just when the ATR was 8 and 9, I just decided to flick onto a sim. I didn't want to accidentally get into a trade, but that's coming down now. So fingers crossed. Ben, quick question. Looking to switch my bank account to someone with more competitive rates of currency conversion. I'm asking. I use Revolut for mine. Now, with Revolut, if you have the basic account, which is free, I think you, Monday to Friday, I think you can get up to $1,000 of currency exchange free. Now, I have the, is it this, let's have a look. I think I have the steel one. Yeah, I have this one, which is the infinite one, that one there. You see that? There's no numbers on there. I've checked. So I have that one. And that gives me unlimited currency exchange. So I can change it from dollars and so on at current market rates. Now, that's only Monday to Friday. It doesn't work weekends for some reason. I don't know why. So if you do, and I think this costs me, I think it's £6 or £7 a month. But what I will say, that's if you're trading your own money. Now, if you get paid by plane through Apex, it gets paid into my account and they already convert it for you. And it's very small. I think it's 1% or even less than that. There's literally hardly any difference. So if you withdraw in from, your Ninja Trader brokerage account, then it's useful to have something like that. But I do love Revolut. It's super quick. You can buy stocks. You can buy. I wouldn't suggest buying cryptocurrency. It's too expensive. But it is useful. It is useful. Revolut. I get the advert on YouTube. Yeah, it's great. Revolut. I like it. And if I send Revolut to my other main Barclays bank account, it's there in a second. So yeah, and our main bank account, me and my wife, is with Monzo. Same again, great. You know, to be honest with you, the banking system is the biggest con known to man. You put your money in Barclays, you get nothing for it. In a lot of cases, you pay, and they get billions and billions, which they invest, trade, whatever they do. They make a fortune off it, and you absolutely get nothing. You get below inflation. So you get nothing for having a bank account and them having your money. It's just not worth it. So there's that many options now that I think the high street banks are either going to go online or get killed off. There is a high low there, but I'm sitting tight just in case we have two legs up and this thing takes another dive. But Hope no one took that higher low. You're about here, are you? Okay, maybe it was okay. Let's have a look. So 2 legs up, bearish bar, up to the midline. I still wouldn't be thinking about going short. This to me looks like a failed breakout. This is going up, I think, by the looks of things. So yeah, a little double bounce there. Cleared out most of this liquidity. Couldn't quite get below that, but we're moving up now. There's a channel with a break and a new high. We had an attempt to push down, but it failed. So for me, this is likely to get up now, whether it continues on up. But if you look at the 10,000 tick chart, that to me looks like a correction. So I'll be surprised if we don't get to these highs, certainly above places like that. But that does look like a correction to me. A little bit lower. 2 legs down and then a really quick swift move up. So my guess is this thing's going to continue up and test these areas. It's just no way in, really. There is a higher low there, but the trouble is, in this channel, we're already at the channel, it could decide to have a break and try and retest now once we've pushed above this, but I think you're safe anyway now. Depending on how many points you've kind of came back and then off it went, so. But I don't like to take those. I like to at least have some space to the top of the channel. So looking for a break now if you can. Straight to the top. Look at that. So if you manage to get in there, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, you're up 25 points already. Straight on up. Just no setups on my chart. Nothing on here, really. I couldn't take that. And not only that, if it did trigger that, you've got a higher low there that's triggered, so you don't know whether... I mean, I dare say there's going to be shorts there, so when that pushed up quick there, I'm guessing it ate through. See that bearish bar there? So you got a big bearish bar, so there's bound to be shorts there. There's bound to be shorts there. We pushed up, little bearish bar there, so 2 legs. There's bound to be, you know, traders short in that. That ticked and pushed up, and it stops here, I think, which give it momentum once it starts pushing up then. So I'm going to get rid of that. So it's clear now, isn't it? Clearly sideways. So we have a push up with a break. I'm guessing probably there, I'd say. It's fit that midline quite nice, so maybe there, somewhere along the lines anyway. And then we got a break. Then it was either that news, there was some news tweeted or squawked or whatever you call it on the which may have caused that, and then chop, 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 chop. We had a little breakout which failed there, and then up we went rocketing. So So we're getting close to these tops, so I'm guessing there's probably traders taking profits there, which may cause that little pullback there. Just check everything's working.
Order submitted. Order cancelled.
So yeah, I'm going to pick some. I'm going to trade a few evaluations after the stream. I think I don't like to trade them when I'm trading the same time because I've made too many cock-ups. Hey Speedy, how you doing, pal? So it looks like this is quite likely going to continue up to at least the top. So we've had a break there, and it's just holding at the moment. Is it really? It's because they're 90%, isn't it? Yeah, the trouble is only for 2 days, so everyone's just gone mad, haven't they? I don't know why they don't spread it out a little bit. Okay, so 10,000 tick chart. There's a big lump of liquidity coming off here. So channel break, 1, 2 pushes to a new high. So are we going to start to range, or is this thing going to continue higher? So there's definitely a level here, isn't there? Short here, short here, short here. Trouble is, when we've been so bullish and we've gapped up, the overall for me is bullish. So if I'm going to trade one of these ranges, I think I'd rather trade off the bottom than short up here. I mean, it's not my forte trading ranges, tops and bottoms. Well, I will say these are pushing up around about the same place, which is interesting. But if you think that's the bottom of the range, we've had a small breakout here. So often we get one at the top, don't we? So I'd certainly be nervous about shorting here. So that's the channel I had earlier, and Dan's just put that now. So we have had a break of it in a correction and a new high. So is this now, we've pushed up new high, we've had sort of 1, 2 legs down. Is this now pushing up? It could well do. Having said that, we have had a little break of the range here, so often we'll have one the same. So I wouldn't be thinking about looking for a long just yet. Just in case, sometimes it will push up a little bit just to kind of match that, and then down it'll come. Having said that, it does look like a little channel work in there, but I still wouldn't trust that just yet, especially when we're coming up to the top here. Okay, so let's see what happens here. So we've had a little breakout there, about the same distance as that. Let's see if it holds or it comes back into this range. That ATR's down better now, so it won't be far off the 4s. There's big sell orders on bookmap. There, I can't see it. Is that 60? 550. Big orders there. 5.5. Something to keep an eye on. Which is above there. It's about there. So if it breaks this level, is this thing going to pull? So I wouldn't want to jump in short here. This to me looks like a channel with a break. It may just act like a range and it may come in. It looks like it might be. Okay, channel break, new low. Let's see what happens here. We have broken above that bar there. Let's see what happens here. Just going to continue up, or is it going to drop? There is a lower high there, but I think that's still risky. Well, tell a lie, yeah, push down with a break, new low. It may work or it may push up. Okay, leg and a leg. Let's see what happens. Value wouldn't be a bad idea. I don't think we're going to get one, though. I think this thing's just going to drop. So I think we're into this range now. So I think the obvious place this thing's coming is down, unless something changes. I was hoping we'd get a bullish bar here and maybe give us a failure. Trouble is, you could have a go at that, but you just don't know. We're assuming it's coming in. Bullish bar here, there's a second entry long. Maybe we get a failure. 9 points. Good on you, mate. I don't think it was the worst trade in the world at all. Just don't know where it's going to go. It's very rangy now. We have come down. So if we can get a decent failure here. Failure already happened, but in yours, it's just a lower high. Yeah, it's quite different here. There kind of was a failure here. You can see a little broke a little higher there, but they do differ from time to time for whatever reasons. I'm not really sure as to reasons why, to be honest with you. So we got a little channel there with a break. We haven't broken above it there, though. I mean, there's always a possibility we end up doing something like this. I can't see it. That would be kind of too steep for me. My guess is it may just be retesting these highs. I'd say for me, it's more likely going to come down. But I'm certainly not super confident enough to take a trade, to ride it down. Well, when I saw those 3 bars, I thought that was it, it's game over. And when it pushes down that strong, you kind of have to think this thing's coming down, don't you? But it just goes to show you never quite know. On account last day, next payout, and I usually manage to get a loss on those last days, yeah, but at least I'm going on all the others. Good on you, mate. Yeah, it's funny when you're coming close to payday or to a payment, how your mind kind of changes. What I try and do, what I think it's a good idea, is don't focus on that $2,600. That's interesting. Don't focus on that $2,600 as an automatic place to aim for to take money out. Just aim to get above 3,000. That way, by the time you get there or close enough, you're already above that level anyway. So, but yeah, I don't know how many. Not lately, I thank God, but I don't know how many trades I got close to $2,600. Even $20 once I got away and ended up blowing the account. Because sometimes you just want to get there, so you take a risky trade just to give yourself a boost, and it just don't work. And eventually you learn it's just not worth it. If it takes an extra day or 2 days, much better than to risk the account. So there is a higher low there. Would I want to go long here? Not really, because we have had a strong push back. So this must be just trying to test this area. Now it could push up, but my guess is taking a long trade here is risky. But it is 2 legs back, so push up, sideways, push up. It's hard to say, really. I'd just rather sit tight here. I am surprised that didn't come down. I'm surprised it turns so quick. We'd only literally just got down below the EMA and all of a sudden it's turning. Now let's see what happens testing this area. If it gets above there, I'd say it's probably going to continue on up. I don't think there's any sort of a channel there. I don't think so. Okay, leg and a leg. See what happens here. It's a tempting bar, that is, back to the EMA. Trouble is, we're already there now. Oh my good God, is that pushing down? I wouldn't be surprised if it does. Trouble is, it's bloody massive. Channel down, 2 legs higher, big bearish bar. It's just huge. It's hard to know what's going on here. I thought that thing was going to dive there, and all of a sudden, I suppose you could jump in here on a limit order and try and ride your luck. I mean, that's big selling off there, isn't it? But look at that. So I suppose you could get in here for a little bit if you wanted to take a risk. It is 2 legs up and a big bearish bar right off, you know, support. So I don't think it's the worst trade in the world. You done, are you? Good on you, mate. I mean, that's a fair amount of selling, that is. We didn't get above there, so you would have to think that would be at least going down here. Yeah, you could have got in on a limit order back there if you like the bar. Now, did anybody take that? I took it. Screw it trade. Dan did. I mean, it's clearly 2 legs up and a big bearish bar off here. It's just 30 odd ticks. It's just massive. So I think if you're going to take that, you'd be better off getting back in there and losing a bit. You're on a limit order. Yeah, I think that was a better option, taking that by itself. In fact, that probably will push down now. So, yeah, if you did get that. Well, you'd have to say, once it gets below that midline, you'd have to say that would be the natural place. The trouble is, when it does push down that strong, it literally doesn't pull back and give you an entry. It's obviously clear we've come off the top of that range. I really wanted to take that, I really did. But it's massive. And yeah, it started to pull back, but once it starts going so far off, you naturally hesitate because you think, well, I've obviously got it wrong. And all of a sudden, down it comes. But if you would have got in on a limit order there, somewhere around about there, look, I mean, look at that. Okay, so let's see if we do get something here. We may get a couple of attempts. We don't often it just drops. But we've bounced off that midline, so 14 points, good on you, mate. That's nothing to be sniffed at, that. That's nice, that. Even on a contract, $700. That's a good day's work, that is. Can't take that too far from that EMA. See what happens here. Just going to get an order out here ready just in case.
Order submitted.
Yeah, it would be nice. We just don't seem to get them lately, do we? But there is a bit of support there, so maybe. I just don't think. Sometimes it'll have a go, but it won't go anywhere near and just drop. There we go, look. On this chart, that was tempting. It's just too far from that EMA. You know, if you do nothing, it'll come down. It would have been better if that bar would have triggered, but it didn't. Sometimes if you do nothing, it comes down. As soon as you get into it, it goes up. But it is going a bit sideways now, so we may get something. But it's also finding some support here. So if we can get 2 legs up, I may have a go at short there. See, in my opinion, going long is a mistake there. So if it does push up a couple of legs, we may get lucky. There is kind of a triple test here, but it's just too far from that EMA. And it's right into the lows. I think it'll probably work, but it's too low. So tempting. Yeah, I mean, if we had a second entry off here, pushed up above all this, I wouldn't mind so much for a second leg down. I mean, there is plenty of space to the lows. We've got 5, 10, 15. There's 15 points, maybe 20 points if you count this.
Order cancelled.
It's struggling to get up. I'll be surprised if it doesn't just go. So there is a higher low there. It'd be interesting to see if it comes up, takes out any liquidity here. It just can't get up, can it? Okay, I'm just going to take a quick bathroom break. I'll be a second. Okay, it's starting to fall, isn't it? I can't see it pushing up now. I certainly won't want to take it this low anyway, but I'm guessing it's going to continue. Oh, there you go. It tried, couldn't get nowhere. It just drop, and then boom. I was hoping we'd get a bit of sideways and a second entry short, and then down there. Wow, look at that. Strong buying off that bottom. That's very tempting to buy there. It's in the perfect place to buy, but it's bloody huge. Definitely buyers here for a certain higher low. Strong bar there, strong buyers there. See if we get a higher low here.
Order submitted.
Trouble is, it's bloody huge. Oh, Christ. I don't know. You cannot take it really. It's just massive. So frustrating, isn't it? I think the
Order
trade was
canceled.
lovely, but how can you trade that? It is frustrating. That's a beautiful bar. Nice big strong push, but it's 45 ticks. How can you take it? Trump speaking. I wouldn't be surprised. It is frustrating. I'd have loved to have got into that. I mean, look at that. Beautiful. Bounce, bounce, clear triple test, followed by a big strong ILO. Oh, it's so tempting, that. Trouble is, it's huge. Not even I'm that stupid. I mean, what? Realistically, it's $12.600 risk. I mean, granted, I'd have been in and out super quick, but it's just not worth it. So looking on this chart now, there's a second entry short there, which is coming down. Is that a failure? I don't really want to get involved in here at the moment. 2.8 seconds. Crazy, isn't it? On this chart here, there is a really nice looking second entry short. Not that I'd want to take it, but that certainly would put me off thinking about going long. It's completely different, this chart. I know it's but there's no bullish bar here. There's no bullish high low. Definitely strong buyers coming in there. No argument about that. But now it's just choppy. Casino see me. It's definitely getting worse. Yeah, the thing is, even on an engulfing, it's still huge. Let's have a look. So if I took it there, and there's me stop, it's still 10.25 points. Well, put a stop, 10.5 points. I can't take a trade with 10.5 points. Don't get me wrong, it's a lovely trade. It's a $500 risk. Consistent as can be, but volatile. Oh yeah, it's still it's funny when price goes quick, it still follows the price action. I think it's a lovely setup. It's just to 12, 13 points, something like that. You know, at some point you've got to say, if I get this wrong, that's going to be really painful. There's kind of two legs up there and a bearish bar. I was hoping that would trigger. Reductions, tariff to China. He's having to make a few changes, isn't he? He's got to do something, hasn't he? Move down. We've kind of got two legs up here and a bearish bar. I wouldn't consider taking that. But, I'd have liked it to trigger, though. I mean, there was definitely buyers there, no argument. The thing, as soon as it hit that level, you could see it push up strongly. So there was definitely buyers in there. And then we had that ILO. I really liked it. As soon as I saw 45 ticks, I thought, I just can't. Because if all of a sudden, you know, things have got volatile, it could trigger me, come down, and I'd be crying in my stew. Now that bearish bar has triggered there, so I'm guessing that's going to push up above there. There is a higher low here. That's tempting. Trouble is, 20 odd ticks again. You can bet there'll be some stops up here. It's not a terrible trade, I don't think. I'd have preferred it a bit lower. You could have gotten on a limit order. There's going to be stops there. There's no argument about that. But is it a bit congested? It may be. It's very easy to let emotions get the better of you and just get a bit too excited and jump in. So, second entry short there. Let's see if that triggers. I bet Apex are liking that volatility. Yeah, I bet they are. I bet there's accounts being blown left, right, and centre, isn't there? They may extend it. You never know. It's not long, 2 days, but they may extend it. You never know. They don't often do the 90%. We rarely see it. The trouble is, the 90%'s good, but you do tend to take more risk with them. It's just kind of the name of the game, really, with these prop firms, though, isn't it? So we push down here, 2 attempts to push higher. Is there a bigger channel down there? Are we doing something different? Is there a channel there like that? There may be. 1 attempt to push higher, 2nd attempt to push higher. Is this thing coming down? Trouble is, we did this. We came down, didn't we? And then we had a pullback. We had dropped again. We had a pullback, and then it dropped. So we could, you know, this could be pullbacks, and it may end up sort of rocketing up. What I will say is there's definitely strong buying here, so I'll be surprised if that comes down and takes this out. Could be a channel down there, 2 attempts to push higher, or push higher, 2 attempts to go low, and then up we go. So push up, 1 attempt to go lower, 2nd attempt to go lower. Is this now going to move up? So on this 2000 tick on the left, we've got a channel there with a break and a new low, bullish bar. There's a higher low there. Just trouble is, it's just like this at the moment. You never quite know where it's going to go. So bounce, bounce, see what happens here. 2 legs down. I'd like it to trigger that and then turn 2 legs down, see if we get more buyers in here. See what it does here. Okay, it's broke below there. So we can get a bounce here and then maybe a higher low. Or market might have had this leg down, a couple of attempts to push up. It could be dropping. We'll see. Sometimes it'll take earlier ones out, but it'll leave the main one there. So $2K away from passing 300K account. So one thing I've never done, I've had to go at the 250s. I've had a few 150s. I've never tried the 3,000. It's 20,000 profit. It's such a lot on it. And the way I trade them, I doubt I'd even get close to it before I ended up blowing it. Looks like it's trying for this. I mean, is this thing now, we've pushed down, we've had one attempt to go higher, second attempt to go higher. Is this thing turning now? If you're getting the right trade here, you could make that pretty quickly, couldn't you? Okay, so we've broken below all liquidity there. So let's see what happens now. Leg down, a higher low off here? Possibly. We have broken liquidity. Trouble is, we've had these 2 legs down. We've tried twice to get up. We couldn't close above that midline, and that concerns me. I mean, we have broken below all this, so that's the one positive thing. See if we can get a higher low.
Order submitted.
Trouble is, it's bloody huge again.
Order submitted.
Okay, we got a higher low back to the EMA. Let's see what happens. They've got two legs down. Bullish bar there. Didn't trigger. Higher low. Oh,
Order
shit, me
filled.
bricks. Oh, my good God. Oh, my good God. What is going on with this? Oh, it's a few ticks away. Oh, this is so frustrating, this is. Damn it, damn it, damn it. So tempted to put me... this is a horrible market, I gotta say. I do not know what's going on here, but this thing is chopping all over the bloody place. Hey. Fading it back into the range. See, we've had two legs down. I expected to get it back to the EMA. It was a few ticks away and just turned all of a sudden. Oh, this is so annoying. Dear me. No, everything's closed, mate. Nothing's moving. Everything's closed. Okay, I'm done for the day. I've had enough for today. I just don't like what's going on. This thing's all over the place. Yeah, I just don't like what's going on at the moment. This thing's frustrating the hell out of me. So I'm going to leave it there, folks. So just go steady today. It's a dangerous market, so I'm going to leave it alone. So best of luck, and I'll catch up with you tomorrow. Bye for now.